Coming to elevators, the dental elevators are used to luxate the teeth from the socket prior to the application of forceps. In addition to the luxation of teeth, these elevators also expand the bony socket, facilitating tooth extraction. They are also used to remove the root remnants from the extraction socket. These type of elevators have three components, that is handle, shank and the tip is blade. The handle is usually large in size to facilitate a good grip on the instrument while working. It may be 180 degrees to the shank or at right angles to the shank. The shank connects the handle to the blade. The shank should be strong enough to withstand and transmit the forces applied to the handle. And the foremost part is the blade of the elevator, which is a working tip of the elevator, used to transmit forces to the teeth, tooth, root and bone. Blades can vary in size and shape, and depending on that, the elevators are classified as straight or gauge type elevators, triangular type and the pig type. Indications for the use of elevators. It is indicated to reflect the mucoperiosteum. Elevators can be used to widen the periodontal ligament space before applying the forces for extraction based on the wedge and lever principle, and it is also used to luxate and remove the tooth from its socket which cannot be engaged with the forceps, and it is indicated to remove a fractured or carious tooth or roots which might fracture when engaged with the beaks. It is also used to remove the interradicular bone and to remove a fractured root when the fracture line is below the cervical margin of the alveolar bone. According to the form, the elevators can be classified into straight or gauge type, that is all types, wedge type, Miller and pot elevators. When it is coming to curved, it is right and left Cryas apexo elevator. Angulated or triangular, that is a right and left crier or pennant type of elevators. Coming to the crossbar, a handle set right angle to the shank, which is a winter type of elevators. And pick type, it is a crane pick or root tip pick elevator. These are Cryas elevators. The first picture shows the Cryas elevators, which is a right and left. Cryas elevator is a straight elevator with a triangular blade. The working tip is angulated with one convex and another flat surface. The flat surface is the working side. The flat surface is the working side. It is based on the lever and wedge principle. What are the uses of a Cryas elevator? It is used for the extraction of root stems of mandibular molars when one root is removed and the other is to be removed. For the extraction of mandibular molar root stems when both the roots are present but one is fractured at a lower level than the other, or when the bifurcation is intact. Two separate elevators are available for the mesial and distal roots. The working blade is introduced into the empty socket and moved towards the remaining root piece. In this technique, the interradicular bone is fractured prior to removal of the root stems. The picture C shows the crossbar elevators, Winter's crossbar elevators. In this, the shank is at the right angles to the handle. The working tip is at the angle to the shank. The blade has a convex and a flat surface. The flat surface is the working surface and is placed facing the tooth to be elevated. It works on the wheel and axle principle. Here in this picture we can see the application of crossbar elevators. It is similar to the Cryas elevators application. Here for the extraction of root stems of mandibular molars, when one root is removed and the other is to be removed. For the extraction of mandibular molar root stems, when both the roots are present but one is fractured at the lower level than the other, or when the bifurcation is intact. The working blade in this picture C, we can see that the working blade is introduced into the empty socket and moved towards the remaining root piece. In this picture, the A type of elevator is the straight elevator. It is commonly used elevator which is used for the luxation of teeth. The blade has a concave surface on one side that faces the tooth to be elevated. Sometimes the blade can be at an angle to the shank, allowing the instrument to reach the posterior areas of the oral cavity easily. And type B type of elevator is hockey stick elevator, which is similar to the Cryas elevator, with the working blade at an angulation to the shank, but blade is a straight rather than triangular and has a convex and flat surface. A flat surface is the working surface and has a transverse serration on it for better contact with the root stems. The principle and function are similar to the Cryas elevator. Coming to type C, it is Apexo elevator. These are straight elevators that resembles the Cryas elevator but have a biangulated and sharp straight working tip. They are paired elevators for the mesial and distal roots. Their uses and working principle are same as the Cryas elevators. They can also be used to remove the maxillary root stems. Coming to the complication of elevators. Damage or extraction of adjacent teeth, fracture maxilla and mandible, alveolus fracture, slippage of the instruments leading to damage to the structures, puncture wounds, root forced into the antrum or lingual pouch and the mandibular canal. Coming to the rules for using elevators. Never use the adjacent tooth as a fulcrum unless the adjacent tooth is also to be extracted. Should not use heavy elevators like crossbar elevators to luxate or deliver the maxillary teeth, as it is a weak bone and can get readily fractured. Never use the buccal cortical plate at the gingival line as a fulcrum except where odontotomy is performed or in the third molar area. That should never use the lingual cortical late at the gingival line as a fulcrum. We should use controlled guide force and do not use injurious force, as it may lead to fracture of the tooth, alveolar bone or basal bone. Engage the tip of the elevator on a natural undercut area such as below the cervical line or artificially created point onto the tooth to be extracted to prevent slippage of the instrument. We should support the jaw whenever we are using an elevator and the head to prevent slippage of the elevator and dislocation of the mandible, especially while elevating the lower teeth. Use finger guard to prevent accidental soft tissue injury due to the accidental slippage of the elevator, but make sure that the finger is protected against the injury by gauze piece as wrapping. When cutting through interseptal bone, take care not to engage the root of an adjacent tooth.